So now moving on to the next part, we're going to be doing scale maker. So we see from the instructions that scale maker is going to take in some input and then it's going to return a function. So immediately I know it's going to be a higher order function. And we can also see from the def statement that, again, I'm probably going to be defining some function inside scale maker and then returning it. So we see that scale maker is going to take in some input, scale factor, and then it's going to return a function which takes in another input, and then I'm going to scale that the second input by scale factor. And so why don't I just name this function scalar, it doesn't really matter what it is, and some input x. So really all I'm going to be, so also I know that I'm going to be returning scalar. I'm not going to be calling scalar in the return statement because I just want to return a function. So once I do that, I can see once I take in the x, I can just return x times scale factor. So now to do scalar, we're going to be using scale maker because that's kind of what they tell us up here. So I want to scale each element by scale factor and using scale maker. So why don't I just I could just return a list comprehension, and so actually before we do that, so remember that I want to create some function that kind of memorizes that I want to scale by scale factor. So I'll assign some variable called scale, and I'll call scale maker scale factor. So what this does is that this returns scalar, right? And this scalar knows that its scale factor is going to be whatever it gets passed in here, right? So with that, I can scale every single value of my list. So I can return a list comprehension where I scale I for I in S.